In a world filled with noise and uncertainty, there lived a man who sought truth in silence, a scholar who walked away from fame, power, and position, not because he had nothing, but because he wanted everything that truly mattered. This man was Imam Al-Ghazali. Born in the heart of ancient Persia, he became one of the greatest minds in Islamic history, a philosopher, a jurist, a spiritual master, and a healer of hearts. His words did not just shape books, they shaped civilizations. And today, centuries later, his wisdom still reaches across time, calling us back to clarity, balance, and inner peace. These are his timeless teachings, distilled into 10 powerful lessons for the soul. What is destined for you will reach you, even if it is beneath 2 mountains.
Al-Ghazali reminds us that destiny is not fragile, nor is it dependent on our anxieties. Sometimes we chase what is already written for us, fearing it may slip away. But destiny moves with a strength greater than mountains. What is meant for you, opportunities, relationships, provisions, will find its way through paths you never imagined. This saying teaches us to strive with effort, but to release fear, because what is truly yours can never be withheld.
The tongue is a beast. If it is left free, it devours.
For Al-Ghazali, speech is one of the most powerful forces in the world, capable of healing or harming. A careless tongue can destroy friendships, families, and even our own dignity. Words spoken in anger, gossip, or arrogance leave wounds that apologies cannot always fix. By calling the tongue a beast, he warns us that without discipline, our own mouth can become our worst enemy. True wisdom, he says, begins with mastering silence.
Knowledge without action is madness, and action without knowledge is useless.
Al-Ghazali believed that real wisdom is not found in books alone. Knowledge becomes harmful when it is stored, but never lived, like a map never used or medicine never swallowed. At the same time, action without understanding leads to confusion and regret. He teaches that these two, knowledge and action, are twin wings. Without both, a person cannot rise. A life of purpose requires harmony between what we know and what we actually do.
The ultimate purpose of knowledge is to guide you to the truth.
In a world overflowing with information, Al-Ghazali reminds us that knowledge is not meant to inflate the ego, win arguments, or gather followers. Its purpose is far more sacred, to guide the seeker toward clarity, honesty, and ultimately toward God. Learning that does not soften the heart is incomplete. Real knowledge transforms behavior, purifies intentions, and illuminates the soul from within.
Desires make slaves out of kings, and patience makes kings out of slaves.
Desire is powerful. It can make the strongest person weak, restless, and constantly dissatisfied. Even a king becomes a prisoner when controlled by cravings for wealth, pleasure, fame, or approval. But patience has the opposite effect. Patience gives freedom. Patience builds discipline. Patience transforms the ordinary into the powerful. Through patience, even someone with nothing becomes rich in character, dignity, and inner strength.
Do not allow your heart to take pleasure with the praises of people or be saddened by their criticism. Al-Ghazali warns that living for praise or fear of criticism makes us prisoners of opinions. People change, and their judgments change even faster. If our happiness depends on approval, we will constantly feel insecure. If our sadness comes from criticism, we surrender our peace to others. True freedom is rooted in sincerity, doing what is right because it is right, not because someone is watching. He teaches us to anchor our worth in God, not in the shifting opinions of the world. The real failure is the one who knows the path to righteousness, yet chooses another.
Everyone makes mistakes. That is part of being human. But Al-Ghazali points out a deeper kind of failure, knowingly turning away from what is right. When a person sees the correct path yet chooses the opposite, they betray their own soul. This saying is a call to courage, to walk the path of integrity even when it is difficult. Real success is not measured by results, but by the direction of our choices.
Your heart is a polished mirror. You must wipe it clean of the veil of dust that has gathered upon it.
Al-Ghazali describes the heart as naturally pure, a mirror created to reflect truth and divine light. But life often covers this mirror with dust, sins, distractions, stress, arrogance, and unhealthy attachments. Over time, we forget the brightness that was always inside us. Purification, he says, is not about becoming someone new, but returning to who we truly are. It is about cleaning the heart so it can shine again.
Never despair of God's mercy, even if your sins are as many as the waves of the sea.
This is Al-Ghazali's voice of hope. Human beings fall repeatedly, but God's mercy rises infinitely higher. No sin is too heavy, no mistake too old, and no past too dark for forgiveness. He teaches that despair is not humility. It is a lie whispered by hopelessness. Mercy, he says, is always available, like a sea without a shore. As long as we turn back with sincerity, we are never too far gone.
To get what you love, you must first be patient with what you hate.
Great achievements and deep joys rarely come without struggle. Before reaching what we desire, success, peace, spiritual growth, we must face challenges that test us, shape us, and strengthen us. Al-Ghazali reminds us that discomfort is part of the journey. Enduring hardship with patience becomes the bridge that leads to what we love most. Without struggle, nothing meaningful is earned. Imam Al-Ghazali lived nearly 1,000 years ago, yet his words still reach us as if they were written yesterday. They remind us that the human heart has always struggled with the same questions: fear, desire, doubt, hope, and the search for meaning. But in every one of his teachings, there is a doorway back to clarity, humility, and peace. If these sayings touch something inside you, even a little, imagine the depth of wisdom still waiting for you in his books, his stories, and his journey. His legacy is not just knowledge, it is guidance. It is a light that continues to shine across centuries, offering comfort to anyone seeking truth. So if you want more journeys into the minds of great thinkers, more lessons from the scholars, philosophers, and spiritual masters who shaped our world, then make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Your support helps keep this knowledge alive and helps it reach someone who might need these words today. Thank you for watching. May these teachings stay with you, and may they open a path to wisdom within your own heart. Until the next video, stay curious, stay humble, and keep seeking the light.